In this video, we will talk about one of the most controversial drivers these days, and it's none other than Max Verstappen. As we all know, Max Verstappen, the son of former Formula 1 driver Jos Verstappen, was born to race. He is the youngest race winner in F1 history. But what other Formula 1 drivers think about Max Verstappen, such as Sebastian Vettel, Daniel Ricciardo, and many more? So keep watching until the end of the video and let us all find out. Despite his youth, Max Verstappen has established himself as a fixture on the F1 grid since making his debut for Toro Rosso in 2015. Max Verstappen was destined for big things after making the switch to single-seaters in 2013. Let's get right into it, starting with Sebastian Vettel. Max Verstappen is now Hamilton's top challenger. The German believes Max can bring the fight and close out the season with a win. Vettel says he enjoys competitiveness with respect and thinks the fight has been clean so far. He hopes Max has a better vehicle or position at the end because the duel between Vettel and Lewis was not as competitive as he would have liked. Vettel stated, "I think it was quite clear and fairly easy for him to win the championship. In the end, Vettel hasn't been in contention for the title in some time since joining Ferrari in 2015. Vettel had high hopes of adding to his fourth Drivers' Championship title, but lost to Lewis Hamilton in 2017 and 2018. It would be great to be in Verstappen or Hamilton's shoes for the championship duel. Of course, who wouldn't want to be in their shoes at the end of the season?" Carlos Sainz. In F1, your teammate is often your biggest rival. Similar equipment tells you who is the better driver. Fighting with Verstappen made the 2015 season one of Sainz's most intense. He said it was fine. He remembers the year as being difficult for both of them in the car. They were continuously attempting to outdo each other in FP1, FP2, and FP3. Sainz explained that this created a lot of intensity and competition, which he enjoyed. He also believes 2018 was one of the most stressful years as a race driver. The Spaniard talked about his connection with Max at the time, dismissing rumors of hostility, and it's one of the rivalry's mysteries. Sainz also remarked that everyone thinks he and Max are enemies, which is untrue. Many of his followers and friends ask him about Max and their friendship. Well, Sainz just answered, we were having fun that year. I promise we had lots of fun out on the track. In the track, we were extremely competitive. We knew we were battling for our careers, for our Formula 1 pedigree in our first year rookie season, and I got on with him a lot better than people think." Esteban Ocon. Esteban Ocon, like Charles Leclair, has been racing Verstappen since karting. Esteban recalled their first race in 2010. He admitted that switching to international racing was difficult. Karting is a challenging sport. In 2014, Ocon was alone with his father, fighting with the larger teams. Max Verstappen notably won 10 races in his debut season while also racing in Europe. Esteban Ocon was enough to get a Toro Rosso 2015 agreement mid-season. The Frenchman admits Max's ascension into F1 was difficult to take. He had won the Formula 3 title, but Max had signed a deal to participate in Formula 1. Well done, although the news was hard to digest. For the time being, Max was placed third in the championship he was winning. He had run some experiments in GP2, but nothing was confirmed. The Lotus F1 Junior program was having issues at the time, and he wasn't leaving. Ocon said, "I used it as motivation. I knew I had to work hard and keep on top of the junior categories. If I was to make it to Formula 1, it was my ultimate target, not necessarily wanting to face Max again, but rather joining him in Formula 1 when asked about Max's title chances." He admits that Red Bull and Verstappen have been better and faster packaged this season, but he expects Mercedes and Hamilton to change that. Daniel Ricciardo. The Red Bull Young Driver program has a reputation for being extremely competitive, and Verstappen's competitiveness continued when he joined Red Bull. It should come as no surprise that the Red Bull drivers were strong rivals. Off the track, Daniel Ricciardo and Max Verstappen had an excellent connection, but their competitive spirit shone through during racing. According to the Australian, both drivers respected one another. When asked about his relationship with Max, Ricciardo stated that he won races as a teammate and gained pole position, so he believes Max always knew he was quick and respected him. Daniel also said that they never disliked each other and only wanted to end each other's careers. It's as easy as he believes it's now easier for him and Max to be friends for two reasons. He also believes that they are not in direct competition. They are not allowed to end each other's careers. When questioned if his old teammate has what it takes to challenge Lewis Hamilton and win his first world title in 2021, Daniel said, "I think they're both capable. I mean, Lewis has proven it, but I think Max is capable. I think he's got a pretty stable head on his shoulders now. He's proven that with some of the drives he's done this year, and I'm just at the point where I'm looking forward to seeing how it unfolds. Kimi Raikkonen. Kimi Raikkonen is one of the most talented drivers in Formula 1, with 345 race starts to his credit. With so many races over his belt and his world title in 2007, Raikkonen has a lot of insight into Max and Lewis's situation. When asked about the 2021 world title competition, the Iceman delivered a polite answer. Kimi said, "I hope it's going to be decided on the track, and not that one of them has a mechanical issue or something that decides it in the end. That would be better for F1. It's only good for the sport to have two guys fighting for it." Charles Leclair. When making predictions for the 2021 season, Charles Leclerc and Max Verstappen have been competitors since their karting ways. Their rivalry has recently renewed with Leclerc's move to Ferrari to battle the Dutchman for many years. When asked who will win the world title, Leclerc said it is tough to predict, but he will follow his intuition. Max, according to Charles, will probably come out on top because Max appears to have been faster in more races this year than Lewis. But Lewis is a highly steady driver, and he'll always be there when you don't expect him to be. It'll be a close fight, but if he follows his instincts, he'll probably win. When asked about the contrast between Lewis and Max's driving styles, Leclerc stated they had two distinct types. Max is a little more aggressive, while Lewis is a little cleaner. Charles said, "It's nice to be fighting with both of them, because Lewis is always very clever in the way he positions his car to put you in a difficult situation, and he most of the time manages to make the pass in a clean way. While Max is a little bit more aggressive, but I always enjoy racing both of them, and if anything, I quite like fighting with Max because it's always really on the limit." These drivers are all very positive about Max as a person and as a driver. What do you think? Is Max as good as these guys are saying, or do you think he isn't as good or a lot worse? Let us know in the comments. Now that you've seen what other drivers think about Max, you must watch this video to show you what some of the biggest Formula 1 legends like Alain Prost and Niki Lauda think of the young legend Max Verstappen. To know more about Max Verstappen, click the video somewhere on your screen right now.